Ill oil. What is it? It's the gateway to Illinois oil and gas data on the web. It enables access to our Illinois well records. You can visualize pay horizons, identify trends, access some ancillary data in forms. It's changing. It's actually changed already. We have a beta version up right now. We had to change because it was using old technology, and in the process we get a performance boost and get to improve some and add some features. This is a side-by-side of the two. They're a lot alike. We're hitting the same data, same maps, same symbology, but while a lot of the functions are the same, there are some new ones and the existing functions have changed a little bit. So these are a list of some of the things that have changed or are completely new. Completely new among these is find tools and Geocoder, and also the ability to use base maps, new base map information. One of the first, navigation hasn't changed that much. You can zoom in and pan and all this stuff, but one notable exception is you can get to the full extent history, so you can go all the way back from where you started your session. The table of contents has changed because now the map layers are a little bit more organized. You can change the transparency of these group layers, and you can also it shows all of the layers that are available, not just the ones that are visible right this second. The legend, or should I say legends, you can not only do you have the dynamic legend, but there's also a printable version now that has the complete legend, not just the visible layers. Find tools are brand new tools, and these are really handy for getting to where you need to be really quickly. You can use API number, zoom directly to it, county, oil and gas field name, or even a township range or section. Geocoding, piggybacking a little bit on these find tools, you can type in an address or intersections, city, zip code, and get right to it really quickly. We never could do that before. We just had to zoom and pan around. You could print with the old ill oil, but now you can also export to a PDF, which is kind of handy, but the thing I like most is that now you can really easily get a JPEG of the current map extent and use it in other applications. Measure tools, they do exactly what you think they would. You draw a line, you get a distance, you draw a polygon, you get area and perimeter, and you can decide which units you want those in. The identify tool, click on the map and you get layer-specific information for the feature that's under your pointer. That's just for one feature. So if you need a little bit more control, you should probably turn to the Select tab, which allows you to decide which layer you want to select features from. In the example here, I'm using the Wells layer. I've chosen Wells as my selection layer in the drop-down box. And then you can click on the Select Features button. You can do a couple of different things. You can either drag an extent to select the features, or you can click directly onto point and get all of the points that are at that location. Once you do that, a data grid pops up in the bottom. This is much like the current application or the old application, except that you can do all sorts of cool things like sort, and you can pan and zoom to the group of features or just the individual feature. And then my favorite thing is that you can figure out which one you're hovering over. You hover over a point and it highlights the record. You hover over record, it highlights the point. Really, really handy. It does that for areas as well. And this is really powerful. I can't overstate this enough. You can now filter your selection. In this case, I'm filtering total depth greater than 3,500 feet. The oil guys love this. And it's really, there's a lot more you can do with it. And then last but not least is the advent of new base maps. You can still use the USGS topo maps, but now they have kind of a cool hill shade effect on them, and you can change the transparency. But you can also get to OpenStreetMap base map. You can use ArcGIS Online Streets and Imagery Maps, and you can still get to the ISGS hosted DOQs. So that's just a kind of an introduction to what the new ill oil can do. And if you want to try it out for yourself, you go to the ISGS homepage and look for ill oil.